Kukulkan says that his people were bought from captivity and that he parted the sea to bring his people out. Book of the Kukulkan, book of the Popol Vuh, written in Quiche, brother.
That's what I'm asking. So this, like somehow the tribes came out here and, or from here went out there?
So then I told you it's in the Bible. You said that book doesn't exist, but I just proved to you that Kukulkan knew that book before the Bible came to America. He already knew that. He already knew about the parting of the sea. He already knew his people were in captivity. He already knew his people came from the east. So now I'm going to tell you how do we know how we got here?
Also, the Popol Vuh records the story of the part. You already said it.
The parting of the sea.
No, but the Popol Vuh, but the Popol, like on the timeline, the Popol Vuh is way before.
Way before what?
The crucifixion.
The what?
The crucifixion.
He's saying the Popol Vuh, the time of the Mayans.
Yeah, at the time they wrote it, on the other side of the ocean.
You're absolutely right.
Talk to that brother with that black and brown unite.
That's right. You know why? Because the 10
We ain't doing no
tribes
interviews, huh?
that came to America, right, came after the captivity in Assyria. The Assyrian captivity was the last place these people known as Israelites were held captive, here in Assyria. After Assyria, 10 of these tribes got together and left to a place, this is what the Bible tells you, that they were taken to a place where no man has ever dwelt before. The name of that place was known as Azareth. That's Americas.
Okay. So, how did they have contact with the Mayans?
Who have contact with the Mayans?
The Jews that you're talking about.
The Mayans are the Jews, brother.
That's a theory.
The
That's blowing my
Mayans
mind
are
right
those people.
You know the dish media? That's a bait from the lamb. The Mayans used to sacrifice the lamb. Who else sacrificed lambs? What other culture sacrificed lambs?
No, but
No.
before they sacrificed it, they praised it. They praised the golden
Let me
lamb.
break it down in his language, because you don't know the lamb. You eat birria?
Yeah, I love birria.
Right there, right?
Yeah.
You can
Best
find
birria in town.
the recipe of the birria in the book of Deuteronomy.
Wow!
No mames.
Word for word. El consomé, las especies, la carne bien quemada dentro del horno. Inside of the book of Deuteronomy, brother.
Man.
Let me tell you, when these lambs
This cat blew my mind.
you know what I do? I take them to eat there because I know that that's what is found in the Bible.
Wow! Hey, please add me as a friend on
Word
Facebook.
for word, brother. Birria is in the Bible. Word for word.
I don't read the Bible.
I know. You know what you read, brother? You read Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley.
Castañeda.
El Aleister Crowley y ¿quién más? Jack Parson.
Castañeda.
Esa es la gente que nosotros seguimos.
Please add me, man.
Seguimos los pinches gabachos instead of our own
Thank
people,
you
bro.
guys for being here, man.
Instead of our own culture.
Changed my life, you know that, right?
Said what?
Did. You changed my life.
That's right, man.
That's
You
good.
did.
Like we all-
Right now.
What we do.
You know when you feel them, you get chills? Look, you see these little bumps?
Different literature.
That's feeling him.
Right or wrong, as long
He
as
doesn't talk to you another like directly. You feel it, bro.
Right.
I know that.
The truth is the truth, man. No matter what, man. And we God's chosen people. We're God's people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we're God's chosen people. So what he's saying, like what you're talking about, is because you know in your spirit that it's true. And all you got to do is just go research and find it out.
I'm gonna keep reading and researching, bro. I am.
Porque los mexicas, los chichimecas, los yaquis were all different tribes, carnal. How can I be mexica?
Carnal,
I'm not from
pero
there,
esos son cosas antiguas. Tenemos que desarrollarnos como seres. No podemos seguirnos clavados en el pedo de los aztecas, de los mayas, de los pinches jesuitas. Our necessities require ourselves to be in another position. We need to take another stand. We cannot rely on all these old symbols to move forward. because this has not helped, has not worked. It's still going on, the same vicious cycle. It's through understanding and education. The big monster to conquer right here is the monster of ignorance. The day that we all, at our own level, become a little bit more educated so we could understand the things that are happening around us, and we could have a conscious and educated conversation so we could really start bringing down points that we should all follow. Words like hate, words like religion, words like prejudice, they do not belong in our, should not belong in our vocabulary. We, as human beings, having been on this earth for so fucking long, should have fucking moved forward. The new man, the new human being needs to leave all that behind. We need to come to the understanding that we all come from different backgrounds, and we all have different ideas. But it's not our point to tell each other what's right or not.
You're right.
We absorb everything, you know.
Because we've decided.
But we must understand
Let me tell you,
all one.
Because we've decided. Because we've decided to understand something that is now ours. They're killing our children in the streets of America. Because we've decided to join hands with the people that really hate, our children are being killed today. Our people live in poverty. Our people live in the ghettos.
And I'm here to
let me tell you something, Mr. Moreno. My uncles fought in fucking Vietnam.
Yeah,
my grandfather went to World War II.
Yeah.
Their ancestors fought in World War I. We fought in Vietnam, we fought in Iraq and Iran, and you know what? We came back to fight for our freedom here in East LA and died on the streets for us to get a goddamn education.
Yeah.
Is that what we're clinging on to? Are we clinging on to an enemy and we think we're progressing? We ain't progressing, brother. We setting ourselves back hundreds of years. You know why? Because we are clinging to the real ignorance, to the real lies. Until we wake up to who we are and who our ancestors were and what our real culture is, we will always be living under the foot and the boot of the enemy in the country that used to be yours, that has now been taken possession of that enemy that you want to hold hands with. They hate you, they hate me, they hate the black, brown, and anybody of our color, and we have been fighting for justice every single goddamn time we come from Vietnam, Korea, from World War I, World War II. We have to come back and fight for justice, brother. We gotta walk the streets of East LA. You know what? Just to be equal to a goddamn enemy. Equal to a person that hates you, equal to a person that does nothing. You know what? Your Native American Indian brothers, they died, you know, not only on the reservations, but in the schools, brother, that they took them from their children and put them into, brother. Those are the schools that they died in. And your people are dying of ignorance in the same education that they died in. So you tell me that I'm living in the past because I represent my people. I don't live in the past, brother. My past was better than the goddamn place we live in today. Right. This is hell for black Hispanics and Native American Indians, bro. And every time you move forward and hold hands with those people that hate you, let me tell you, all these white photographers out here, you know what they're doing out here? They're waiting for that $1 million shot. They're hoping come out here and get a good picture so they can get a goddamn name because they took the right picture of a Mexican or a black or an oppressor. You know what? They're getting that picture. While us, we never get that right picture. You know what our picture is? Our picture is the one that goes on Channel 5 or on the news or in the front of the paper of a dead fucking child, bro. So we need to wake up to the reality that no matter what we do here, we're walking hands in hands with white oppressors. We will always, you know what they need to do? Take their asses back to Europe. That's what they need to do, brother. Because here, they're destroying us and they don't give a damn. Let me tell you something. When white people wanted to stop killing animals at the Humane Society, they marched the goddamn streets and stopped the killing. They stopped the killing of whales. They stopped the killing of the animals. When are they going to stop the killing of black and Hispanics, bro?
ISUPK.